Previously, in the anime, Rentaro was on his way to becoming the world's new harem king in order to get all of his 100 soulmates, but for the time being, he discovered his fifth soulmate, Kursuri. She was a total lab genius, but frankly speaking, freak would be a much better word. She could develop like any kind of liquid with her chemistry skills. So she made a potion that would make Rentaro a kiss-seeking person, but instead of him, other four waifus accidentally drank the potion tea and turned into kiss zombies. So Rentaro hangs up Suzuka onto a cloth hanger to stop her. She was tiny so it held her back, but Karain and Hikari were different. So Rentaro pairs them up and his two waifu got in heat to kiss each other. Then after burning down that heavenly image, Rentaro was caught by Nano. And the romance anime was on the verge of becoming a kiss zombie anime, but Kursuri cleaned up her mess and turned all the girls back to normal, and stopped the kiss zombie breakout. So that's how Rentaro got a new member in his harem in the previous episode, but now Hikari has some serious problems going on her end. And her mom said something that completely plugs her light out. Girl got broken hearing those words. But then the scene suddenly shifted to a beautiful flower garden where the Rentaro family had come in for a group date. It was Hikari's idea to have a date in this splendid park. But an announcement got aired to notice everyone in the garden about a bouquet toss event, and the winner gets to have a photo shot in a wedding dress. There's no way Rentaro family could pass up this chance, and Hikari had this little but sweet dream from her childhood to have this type of photo at least once. She ought to make this chance happen. But there was a massive crowd gathered already for this event, and a gorilla came in bypassing the security to take a picture with her flower-like delicate boyfriend. How did this gorilla got a boyfriend in the first place? Well, anyway, she brought a bunch of her underlings for support, so Hikari suggested working together to fight the gorilla group. They were chanting like crazy, so Rentaro and the girls decided to leave Shizuka out of this because of her tiny shape and light weight. As for Kursuri, she turns back into a sweet 17. Those gorilla had flags with them, so Rentaro turns his towel into a flag so that Suzuka could cheer for them out. So now, the long-awaited time had come to begin the event, and the event organizers called the spider monster from the Resident Evil series. So without further ado, Baba threw out the bouquet with her monster power and the rugby game begins from there on. The gorilla grabbed her own underlings to throw them like a bowling ball at others. This time she targeted Hikari, so the boss waifu saved her and became a wall for Rentaro family. So our wild cat holds off the gorilla gang to give the Rentaro family a chance to get the bouquet. But the gorilla gang started a hurricane by moving their flags, which swaps away Suzuka in air. Her tiny body was holding on only because of that towel glider, but when she saw the bouquet, she forgot she was in air and grabbed the darn thing. So it was time for her to come back to Earth. So Nano, Hikari and Kursuri were on their way to the rescue at the landing point, where their massive natural airbags bounced the lowly waifu and Rentaro caught her from falling down, so the Rentaro family won. And the wild cat became friends with Gorilla. Because of Gorilla she avoided the mountains of embarrassment, so now that Rentaro family won, who will get to have the photo shot? And just to decide that Hikari had the plan all ready to draw out from lots, she had made a barely visible cut on stick for her to know which one to pick out. She thought Nano was a super genius so she would go for the nearest stick to her for efficiency, but instead she told everyone to pick it out at the same time. Hikari's emotional bridge had been broken, but even so she drew out the winner's lot, so Kursuri started to throw out the tantrum to get the chance. So who knows what got into Hikari that she willingly gave up the chance to Kursuri, but then Kursuri got a second thought. She realized she shouldn't throw a tantrums in this situation and told Hikari to go get the photos. But Hiraki brought everyone in it together to have a family photo. Hikari got her dream fulfilled and was happy to be with Rentaro. For that she was extremely happy. But out of nowhere she asked Rentaro for a breakup. Bro was confused why the most obsessed one wants to break up suddenly, and after changing the outfits Hikari suddenly vanished. So Rentaro tries to call her, but there wasn't any answer, so he remembers the photo Hikari had sent to him had her home address on back, so Rentaro got to her home and saw a large expensive mansion. He saw Hikari was near the window, but she told him to calm down. She called Rentaro from her landline, and Rentaro tells her that he won't accept this breakup. And he wants to know the reason behind this absurd decision, so she tells Rentaro that her mother found out about their harem relationship. She tried to convince her mother that Rentaro is faithful and she is happy with everything, but she didn't listen and even made plans to send her far away right tomorrow. That's a rich mother for ya. She would use all the money she wants to do whatever she had decided, so the breakup is the only option left. Right then her mother got there and warned Rentaro to stay away or she could even dispose of him, and hangs up. Rentaro wanted to talk, but security told him to go away because he can't do anything because he's just a kid, and Hikari begged her mother to let this go. And sexy bitch mama threatened Hikari that she could send Rentaro to a place where no one would find him out, which scared out our little Hikari, and mama was happy that Hikari was obeying her words. And she was happy that she was able to separate her from that 5-timer Rentaro, and swore to kill anyone who tries to play with her dearest daughter. Alright, I take it back. She's not a bitch mama, but an overly protective mama. Rentaro was broken because he has no power to do anything. It was frustrating as hell for not having any sort of power. He can't forget about his love, so late night he told this to his harem. He told all of them that he would sneak into the mansion to bring out Hikari. And once they are out, Rentaro plans to run away to an unknown location where no one would ever find them, so he asked the girls to wait for him and one day he would return to them. But there was no way Karain would accept this and just sit around forever and wait, so she chose to run away with them. Along with her, the others also agreed to flee with each other. But sadly our new episode comes to an end right there, but stay tuned to find out what happens next, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. And comment down in the comments section if you want to watch more of this anime.